Hello everyone and welcome back to the finale of Pokemon Gaia. My name is Einar. In the last episode we went ahead and got to Victory Road. In today's episode we're going to do the Elite Four and finally finish off this game. If we win or lose, this is going to be the end of Pokemon Gaia. I've had a blast. So let's get into this. Now, as you guys might be able to notice, my hands are here, and this is a post-commentary, because, to say it shortly, you got the little plug to a microphone, and I forgot to plug it in, which is the reason why I'm here doing a post-commentary. Now, I'll just be cutting and doing the things I normally do. I'll be trying to go over my thought progress, which I had in this episode. So what I'm doing here is quickly switching up some items because I want Bode to have the Assault Vest and I want Vincent to, I think, have the King's Rock, which I'm doing right now. And with that done, we're going to finally go into the Elite Four. Alright, so entering this, you can see there are 4 entrances. You can actually choose the order of which you do the Elite Four in, as you can see on the text on the screen right now. Basically, the carpets you see in front of the entrances display like the type of which the Elite Four member is going to focus on. So I'm just going to be starting with the left and going from left to right, just nice in order, or at least I feel that is in order. And since I feel like this is an electric type Elite Four member, I'm just going to start with Forehead, our ground type, of course. I'm not gonna read this text, by the way. You can read it if you want, but we'll be starting off with Forehead as our primary Pokemon. Okay, so starting off, going on as the first Elite Four member, it's apparently Nicola, starting off with a Galvantula. So we've got a pretty good matchup with Forehead against this Galvantula here. And because normally Galvantula is quite frail, I decided to just Earthquake it and hope for the best. And as you guys can see here, it does work out quite nicely. We do like 97% or something, but assuming it's going to heal right here, which it is, I'm just going to Earthquake again to get it down to very low again, and we still just get like 1% shy of knocking it out, but I'm just Earthquaking again, and the Quick Claw pops, which is going to get us the first KO on this Pokemon. Okay, so now a Lantern comes in, and as you guys can maybe see here, our team is actually very badly matched up against Lantern, because like 5 of my 6 Pokemon just get shed on by water and electric types, which only leaves our hero Vincent, the clutch motherfucker of last episode, to get in here and dominate this Lantern. We're just gonna Swords Dance right ahead because we are faster, and since it's going for Amnesia, I feel like we've got a pretty good chance of just decimating this Lantern right here. And Accessor is just like the Galvantula, gonna get to like 98%, gonna get just short of knocking this Lantern out. So I predict a full restore and go for a Swords Dance, but sadly she doesn't full restore at all, and she goes for a Confuse Ray, which just furthers my pain, sadly. And I decided to just full heal to get the confusion gone, because at +4 hitting yourself in confusion, that's gonna hurt a lot. Surf's gonna do a pretty decent amount, but now that we're faster at +4, Accessor is going to pick up the knockout on the Lantern. Next up, there's an Electivire coming in, and I decided to stay in because I feel like I'm faster, I'm at +4, I'm 3 levels above, I should be able to just OHKO this Electivire with an Accessor. It's neutrally effective, and we do pick up the knockout against Electivire because Vincent is clutch and good like that. Then Electros comes in, and I'm like, okay, Electros, I don't know the speed stat of Electros, and I know it can have Flamethrower. I stay in, but I think I immediately swap out. Never mind, I just go and Accessor, and that's going to pick up the knockout because Vincent is good and fast like that. And Manectric, here's where I'm like, okay, that's gonna get kind of scary because that is probably its Mega. I know it can run Heat Wave sometimes, Flamethrower or Overheat or whatever. So I just go out to T-Tar. I go ahead and Mega myself, and then I'm going to come out with an Earthquake of my own. It's gonna be faster than me, but I feel like we could take anything this thing throws at me, and we can just hit back with a strong EQ. It's actually gonna charge, which is just a weird move to use because It's staring down a Tyranitar, which like always runs Earthquake, so it knows we're gonna go for it. And that is quite easily going to take out the Manectric right here. Last up, we got a Magnezone, and we all know Magnezone's got no chance against a Tyranitar. And us even being faster as a Mega Tyranitar is going to take this Magnezone out. So that is one Elite Four member done out of 3 left. Alright, so I'm quickly healing up my Pokemon here. Not much healing to be done. That went quite smoothly. And here we go into our second fight. And I'm like, well, this looks a lot like a Dark type Elite Four guy. So I decide to, of course, put my Fighting type up front. We can just get a quick close combat in or whatever is needed. And we could just swap out or maybe risk it, stay in if we know we're faster. And I feel pretty confident that we should just be able to hopefully pick up a quick KO on a Pokemon. Alright, so getting him into this battle, I'm like, okay, what Dark types are there that can wall a Fire type? And he just doesn't lead off with that at all. And he just comes on with a Bisharp, and I'm like, whoa, there's 2 ways I can completely decimate this thing's existence. What am I gonna go for? And I decide to go for the Bulk Up here, figuring it'd be nice to get a nice little defense boost with some more attack as well. It's gonna Swords Dance, but that doesn't matter. I can just use a move and it's going to die. Right now I'm just choosing what decrease of thing would be the least beneficial for me, and I decided to go with close combat, technically only lowering my special defense by 1 stage and bringing my defense back to neutral. Okay, so here Sharpedo comes out. I'm like, okay, I can probably handle that, and then I decide to bail out, considering Sharpedo can be very fast. So I swap out to Bode, thinking this thing is going to Mega Evolve, and the Intimidate would be nice as well, but it's just going to Aqua Tail, and we're just gonna fly here. Aqua Tail doesn't do a lot of damage, and we're gonna fly and hopefully get as much damage as we can, because I'm just too scared to Brave Bird. It's gonna Protect, which is really good for us, because now we can just fly and hopefully deal a lot of damage. And I'm like, come on, do like more than 50. There we go, more than 50, and we just Oko it, because Bode is a monster like that or something. So we Oko that. Next up is a Weavile. I'm like, I'm gonna go right back to Sozin. It might be faster than me, but I again can just either Flare Blitz or close combat, and that should just pick up the KO immediately. It's actually gonna Poison Jab, which is pretty annoying because it gets the crit and it gets the poison, which is very unfortunate. But I'm like, alright, whatever, man. You do that. I'm just gonna close combat and pick up the KO on your Weavile. And I do, in fact, pick up the KO. So next is a Malamar, and I'm like, a Malamar, that's kind of a weird typing. If we had a Fairy type, that'd be good, but I don't think we do. So I'm just choosing what would deal the most damage to a Malamar, and I'm like, well, if the typing is a bit unfamiliar or whatever, just go out to your Donphan and hit it as hard as you can. Forehead is just a tank that can always deal out a strong Earthquake and hit like anything very, very hard, which it does do. Again, just a solid 60 to 70%, and another Earthquake is going to take this Malamar down. Alright, so next up is a Honchkrow, and I'm thinking what would be best suited to a Honchkrow. I'm like, okay, I kind of want to swap O'Neal in, but then I'm like, oh wait, Honchkrow is probably going to be faster, and it probably has superpower. So I just decided to go into Harbor instead and just Aurora Beam it, assuming it'll do at least over 50%, but somehow Honchkrow becomes like Shuckle or something with crazy high defenses and takes only like 40% from a super effective attack from a Blastoise. So it Thunder Waves me. I'm like, oh, I don't want to deal with Thunder Waves, so I'm just going to heal up here, and I do. Then I just go for Surf, hoping it'll just kill. And for the 3rd time this episode, we come just a couple percent shy of destroying the Honchkrow, and that Thunder Waves again, which is very annoying. So I heal up again, it full restores, and I'm like, oh, that's so annoying. So I decide to go for the Surf, knowing that I'll do like 45%. It's gonna take 3 turns, but we get a high roll. We do over 50%. It's gonna Thunder Wave again, which is just a pain. And I'm like, I've got enough of this dumb Honchkrow. I just want to Surf again and get it over with. And we get a low roll, and we get just shy of destroying it again. Then I want to kill it with a Surf, and it decides to go Fly, which is so annoying. Such a waste of life form. So I use one of like my 100 full restores that I've got to just heal up the paralysis and a couple of HP points and just take the Fly. And of course Harbor takes that like a champ, and here I'm like, just fucking die. Don't heal up again. Just die, please. I decide to rain dance, thinking it's going to heal up again, and it doesn't, so I should have just attacked so it'd die. But now we got the rain up, and even if it heals, we can just do a shitload of damage and kill it. So after crits and paralysis and all this dumb shit, I finally am able to KO the Honchkrow and move on. So last up is the Absol, which is of course the Mega Pokemon from this guy. And here I'm thinking again, what would best fit to destroy the Absol? And I'm like, well, you know, Vincent is bug type. I'll just go to Vincent and accessor it, and it should just die, right? Or first I Swords Dance, of course, to get the attack boost, so it should definitely die next turn. And this Absol just like Night Slashes, and I'm completely fine with that. That shouldn't do too much damage, but it does over 50%. So I decide to just heal up, hope for a low roll, and then go on to accessor it. And we do get the low roll, and it turns out that we were faster all along, and we could have just accessored and it would have died. But whatever, the Absol is gone, and that is the second Elite Four member out of the way. Alright, so after a quick healing session I go into the third chamber. I'm like, is this a rock type or a ground type? I'm not sure what this is, because this color to me only represents like rock or ground. I'm like, what is it? What is it? What is it? And I think, well, whatever, I'm just gonna swap up Harbor up front, and it should just dominate either of those typings. But getting into the battle, I realized it's fighting type, because of course this kind of brown orange-ish also represents fighting, and I'm like, oh well, whatever, that's fine. I'm just gonna stay in with Harbor and Rain Dance after the fake out, of course. And he starts meditating, which is very scary. So I Rain Dance. I'm like, I know it's faster, I just need to get one strong serve in, maybe two, and it'll just die. I'm like, I just need Harbor to survive one attack. So I get the Rain Dance and the serve off. Serve does a lot of damage, and here I'm very scared of what's to come. I'm like, oh no, don't be like high jump kick and Oko me, please don't do that. So first off, it full restores, which doesn't really change the situation at all. We get it down again, and I serve him. I'm like, okay, here it comes. There's a +2 drain punch. How much is it gonna do? Please live, Harbor, please live. And we live on pretty comfortable HP amounts, and we are able to KO the Mienshao, which I was very glad about. And now comes a Hawlucha. I'm like, okay, Hawlucha, that's fine, we can just stay in. The rain is still up. I just need to heal, and we can just serve and kill it, right? Or at least do again a lot of damage to it and kill it one turn after. And then it uses Hone Claw. So I'm like, okay, +1 attack and +1 accuracy. That's really scary in case it has high jump kick, since high jump kick will pretty much be 100% accurate. And the rain stops, and here it uses another Hone Claws. I use Rain Dance to get the rain back up, so our water type attacks are of course more strong. I surf, hoping it will just kill it, because it is at +3 Hone Claws at this point. Surf does about 70%-ish, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. As long as it doesn't kill it, we should be fine. Just serve it again, and it goes for a high jump kick, which is at +3, and it fucking kills my Blastoise. And that was just, oh my god. Here I was like, fucking hell, that's our water type gone. We might actually be fucked. That is actually devastating, because a water type, it's very handy to have a water type on board, and we don't have it right now. I'm like, fuck! Oh my god. So I just go into Bode, intimidated, get it down to +2, and I'm like, okay, whatever. Let me just go and Brave Bird it, because I should be faster, but instead I'm not faster. It's at +2. I'm like, please don't kill, please don't kill, please don't kill. But Bode, with the Assault Vest even, fails to survive, and that is our second Pokemon dead. So that is fucking wild right here. Right now I'm stressing. I'm like, okay, this shit is serious right now. We got 4 Pokemon left and like 2.5 more battles to go. So Forehead gets in, the Quick Claw pops, and we get to Strength and just kill it. But I'm legitimately stressed here, because that's 2 Pokemon dead, 4 more to go. And here a Medicham comes in, which is extremely scary because our flying type just died. So I just stay in with Forehead again. If it's like a type that's neutrally weak to Forehead, just stay in with Forehead, Earthquake it, it should just die. Or at least get a very big part of its HP gone. So it actually high jump kicks and misses, which I'm very happy about, because I did not want a lot of damage on Forehead, and the Earthquake is definitely going to take take it out now. And that is not a Pokemon dead. So next up is Crafty. Here I'm just, okay, I can stay in with Forehead and just get neutral damage in again. But instead I go out to Vincent. For some reason I don't realize that Bug is not very effective against fighting, only making Axis or neutrally effective against Crafty. But it's whatever, as long as Crafty just doesn't kill us, we can just Swords Dance and Axis, and that should do a significant amount of damage. Which indeed ends up happening. So we do about 90%. Crunch comes out. I'm just like, okay, we should be faster. Axis are 100% accurate, and we should be able to kill. And of course, now we get the useless crit. And Vincent actually got to level 60. So then there's Blaziken. And here I'm like, okay, Blaziken, that's okay. This is gonna be a Mega. It's the second to last Pokemon. Either the Quick Claw will pop and we'll OHKO it, or we can just take a hit from this Blaziken and hit hard back with an Earthquake. So the Flare Blitz, I'm like, okay, we can take this. It actually does like 60%. So much damage, which I'm not very happy about, but I'm like, whatever. It's fine. We get the Earthquake off. It should just die right here. And indeed it does. And last up off is a Lucario, which I was like, okay, I just need to heal Forehead and kill with Earthquake. That's all I need to do. Lucario shouldn't be able to hurt me that much, and we take less than 50% and we can just Earthquake and kill it right here. And we do, and that will be the end of the third Elite Four battle, leaving only one more Elite Four battle to go, and then the champion. So I go and heal up my team real quick. I take off the items of our dead warriors, and then we go into the fourth Elite Four member, which I figured would be a grass type considering the green, with only 4 Pokemon left. Alright, and here we go into our fourth Elite Four battle. He starts off with a Ludicolo, and of course I start off with my fire type, which is not a good matchup at all. So I quickly go into Vincent thinking like, okay, as long as it doesn't do anything crazy, we should just wall it and Axis or and it should die. But then it rain dances, and I Swords Dance for some reason. And then I realized, wait, Rain Dance, Ludicolo, it has Swift Swim. We are going to need to heal spam to win. Because of course, Ludicolo has Swift Swim, doubling its speed in the rain, and we are in the rain right now. And Surf also does a ridiculous amount of damage in the rain, getting Vincent down to like 40% HP, which is not good at all. And here I go on with the heal spam to keep us in this game. As I realized that if Vincent is dead here, we just lose outright. So luckily we managed to survive all of the rain turns, and being faster now, I go for an Axis and +2 with the Swords Dance. We do manage to knock the Ludicolo out, which I'm very happy about because that could have been a problem. So next up is Trevenant. I'm like, okay, I don't really know much about Trevenant. I guess I'll just stay in with Vincent and Accessorit, since that should just kill, since it's super effective. But apparently I don't know my types, since Bug type is not very effective against Ghost type, which is not good at all. And I'm like, well, that's neutrally effective, but Trevenant is not very defensive. We do manage to knock it out in one turn. Then comes Ferrothorn. I'm like, okay, as long as it doesn't have like Sturdy or some shit, we can just Flare Blitz and it should just die. And luckily it doesn't have Sturdy, and so it indeed just dies, which is very good for me. So that leaves, I think, 2 more Pokemon left. 3 actually, never mind. A Whimsicott comes out. I just stay in with Sojin the Flare Blitz. I'm like, Whimsicott is not very defensive at all. We should just be able to get it out of here with Flare Blitz. And indeed we do get it out of here with Flare Blitz, because I'm like, Whimsicott can be an absolute cock to fight with Substitute and Leech Seed and all this dumb shit. So that is that. Next up is Amoonguss. I'm like, oh, if only we had Boat now, that would be so great. But instead we need to stay in with Sojin. I just heal here real quick to not get KO'd by a Flare Blitz recoil. And of course, it would poison us with the Sludge Bomb. So I'm like, okay, whatever, run it back. Just full restore again. As long as it doesn't poison me, I can just Flare Blitz. It'll die. And we can go on to the last Pokemon. So I go for the Flare Blitz and like, please die. Amoonguss is bulky, but not bulky enough to live that shit from an Infernape. So the Amoonguss does, to our pleasure, die. Last up is a Sceptile, and I'm like, okay. So here we could be in trouble, because 3 of our 4 mons again are weak to this Pokemon. Well, technically Sojin isn't, but it just hits very hard with Dragon type attacks, because it of course will be a Mega Pokemon. And here I'm like, whatever, I just need to get damage off. So it Mega Evolves, which is annoying but fine. We access her, I'm like, okay, just do a good amount of damage, and we actually Oko it, completely decimating the Sceptile, and us finally getting to the champion battle of this game. And even better, we did not lose a single Pokemon through the last battle. So now the championship thing lights up, and I'm like, okay, this is gonna be it. We got 4 Pokemon, I'm gonna heal them real quick, and then we're actually going to go on to the champion. So with everything restored, PP, HP, everything, I'm like, okay, this is it. We're gonna go on to the champion, and there is Herschel, the man who has actually helped us through the story, and we will be going against him here in the final battle of Pokemon Gaia. 6 Pokemon left and we're done with this game. We can move on to other projects. Just 6 more. Our team of 4 has to get through here. So he starts off with a Wailord, and of course I started with Sozin, which is not a very good matchup, but also I just decided to go out to Vincent, and right here I'm like, fuck, I made a mistake, because this thing is gonna go for Water Spout, and that's gonna do a fuckload of damage to Vincent. And I'm like, well, fuck me, we're in this position again. We need to heal this time until its Water Spout PP has ran out, and we need to hope to not get critical. So that's 2 Water Spouts, that's 3 Water Spouts, that is 4 Water Spouts, although this time he does get a high roll, and that's gonna be all 5 Water Spouts. And I'm like, okay, at least it can't hit us for any 150 base power water type attacks anymore. So I just Hyper Potion, and it actually struggles, which probably means it's like Choice Scarfed or Choice Specs or something like that, because it'd be weird if it only had one move being Water Spout. So I just decided to set up with Swords Dance and then just hopefully sweep through the team, which would be amazing, but sadly our Scolipede is not Speed Boost, it's just Poison Points. So if we had Speed Boost, we could have probably wrecked this entire team, but now we just get to +6 and KO the Wailord. So there we go, 5 more Pokemon left, and Pokemon Gaia will be finished. Next up is an Alakazam. I'm like, yeah, I don't think we're going to outspeed that, and it'll just Oko me. So I go out to O'Neil instead. I know that Alakazam can have Focus Blast, and I'm like, I just need to take this risk. I need to Mega and get up a Crunch, because we simply have nothing else to KO an Alakazam without it KOing us first. So for some reason it's just Shadow Balls, which doesn't do anything against us, although it does lower our special defense with it, which is kind of annoying. But we can just Crunch and Oko this Alakazam because it's frail as paper on the physical side. So then comes a Yanmega. Only 4 more Pokemon until we are done with this game. I'm like, okay, Yanmega, I know it's a bug type, I see where he's coming from. He can Bug Buzz, and that would be annoying, but I think we can eat 1 Bug Buzz and just hit back hard with a Rock Slide. So after it detects, it does indeed go for a Bug Buzz. I'm like, we should be able to live 1, right? We should be able to live 1. We live it not very nicely, but we do live it. We connect with our Rock Slide, and that is going to take this Yanmega out, which only leaves 3 more Pokemon until the game is done. And then in comes a Salamence. I'm like, okay, I don't know what tricks this Salamence have, because it can have such a diverse move pool. But I'm like, okay, let's just go out to our ground type and use rock moves with that, because I know that Forehead is bulky. It can live any physical move the Salamence can throw at it. So I first go and heal up my Tyranitar, of course, to get it better for later fights. Salamence turns out to be a Mega Pokemon, and it actually looks pretty damn epic in this scene right here. It goes for Flamethrower. I'm alright with that. That does a lot of damage, but I'm like, whatever. Now I'm just going to Rock Tomb, and that should do a good amount of damage. It Hyperfocious, and it just kills our Forehead. It just kills our Donphan, which is so bad. It's unbelievably bad, because that is our tank gone. That is our ground type gone. That is so much gone. So now we only have 3 more Pokemon left. I'm decimated at this point. Hypervoice, of course, is a special move. It's going to take out Donphan, which I did not prepare for at all. So we're back with O'Neil. Salamence goes for Earthquake. I'm like, whatever, it's fine. We should be able to eat that quite well. We do eat it quite well, so we're back, and we missed the Rock Slide. Why do we have to miss the fucking Rock Slide? I don't get that. It's a 10% chance we miss, and we would fucking miss. So it earthquakes again. We do luckily not get crit. And we hit back with a rock slide. We hit it this time. I'm like, okay, so that's the Salamence gone. And it lives again on like a sliver of HP. But it does die to Sandstorm. So next up is a Mamoswine. I'm like, alright. What do I do against a Mamoswine? So I'm like, alright. So we need to get Vincent in. Because of course Sozin just dies to an earthquake. So I proceed to get Vincent in. I'm like, alright, we need to get a Swords Dance up to kill. And then we can go ahead and Aqua Tail to actually pick up the KO on Mamoswine. I'm like, alright, I know we're not the bulkers, we can eat one earthquake, and we can eat one earthquake. We're left with 32 HP, the sand is gonna chip away, 10 more HP. I'm like, alright, this is fine. Just hit the Aqua Tail, and we should be fine. Completely leaving out of the context that Mamoswine has access to Ice Shard. And there goes Vincent. So now it's 2 Pokemon left. 2 versus 2. It's an epic clash. We don't know who's going to win yet. I'm like, alright. This is the plan right now. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm like, alright. We need to bulk up right now so we can maybe live an earthquake. Not keeping in mind that Sozin is frail as can be in the first place. And Mamoswine has a massive attack stat. So I'm like, alright, whatever. We need to get a bulk up. So now we should be able to live one earthquake. And I'm like, come on, just live one. One. We can hit back so hard. And we do not live the earthquake. And at that point, I'm like, oh my god, I fucked it up. Oh my god, I choked. I think I choked. I think I could have easily won this if I would have played my cards a little bit better. But we do not. So then he earthquakes. We've got 1 Pokemon left. We only got our Megatron Rattata left. That did 99 points of damage just now. I'm like, alright, it needs to get a low roll again. If it gets a low roll again, we can just crunch. We can do a lot of damage. Earthquake, can it please do 99 points of damage again so we can live it? And we do not. And that means that we do, in fact, in a cruel twist of fate and high rolls, lose our Pokemon Gaia Nuzlocke. So I don't have much more to say. We lose the Nuzlocke and we die, which is very sad. You guys get to see me put the Pokemon in the death box right here. And here I'm just going to stop cutting for a second because this is of course the end of the playthrough. I have got a lot of things planned for this channel. I'm planning so many great things with this channel. I want to do so many more Let's Plays. I want to do so many more edits to my Let's Play. I got this microphone right here. It's a blue snowball ice, I think it's called, with a pop filter. I got everything set up. And honestly, it's just, I love this so much. I love doing YouTube so much. I feel like it's my passion. I finally found my passion, which is absolutely amazing. And honestly, I know I'm not getting a lot of traffic to my channel right now. And I might not get a lot of traffic to my channel for a long time. But I do know that I'm young. I still have a lot of opportunity left on YouTube. I know YouTube is hard to get big on, but I know it's not impossible. People have done it before me. I'm hoping I can slam on a new kind of category with this Pokemon, with a lot of editing, or lots of jump cuts I should say, not very much editing, just a lot of jump cut style, with my own commentary, with my own personality. I want to build up a community, and I want to get big on YouTube. That would be, of course, my dream. So, as you can see here, I'm wrapping up, putting all my Pokemon into Death Box. A death montage will be coming. I'll be editing that together soon. And with that, that's going to be the end. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this playthrough. If you like this video, even though it was post-commed, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you are excited to go with me on this journey. There's so many more videos coming, so many more things coming. I'm so passionate right now, and I want to do great things. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you want more, and then I hope to see all of you guys in my new playthrough. Or the death montage. The death montage is coming as well. But hope to see you guys in my next video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye bye.